Most men over 40 are not losing muscle because they are too old. They are losing muscle because they are still training like they are 25. The workouts look the same, the diet looks similar, the effort is still there. But the body does not respond the same way anymore. In this video, you will learn 8 key changes that allow men over 40 to build muscle faster, recover better, and finally see progress again. Because the real problem is not your age. It is using a strategy that no longer matches how your body works. Anabolic resistance, the hidden wall, blocking your gains. One of the biggest changes that happens after 40 is something called anabolic resistance. In simple terms, your muscles stop responding to training and protein the way they used to. When you were younger, one solid workout and a good meal were often enough to trigger noticeable muscle growth. Now, the signal is weaker. That does not mean muscle growth is gone. It simply means your body needs a stronger stimulus to react. The solution is not random extra workouts or endless sets. The solution is strategic training volume, meaning a gradual increase in the total amount of quality work your muscles perform. Many lifters over 40 are actually understimulating their muscles. They are doing the same number of sets they did years ago and expecting the same response. But your body now requires a slightly stronger signal to activate muscle growth again. More quality work tells your muscles that they still need to adapt. A simple way to start is by adding one additional set to your main compound lifts. Focus on movements that recruit a large amount of muscle mass, like squats, deadlifts, presses, and rows. Track your performance, allow your body to adapt, and increase the workload gradually instead of trying to overhaul everything at once. If this type of content is already helping you rethink how you train, take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel keep bringing content like this. But increasing stimulus is only part of the equation, because the way you recover between sets becomes even more important after 40. Rest longer to grow bigger. One mistake many men over 40 make is rushing through their workouts. Short rest periods may feel intense, but intensity is not the same as effectiveness. When recovery between sets is too short, strength drops quickly, and the quality of each set declines. Muscle growth depends heavily on mechanical tension, which means lifting challenging weight with good form. When you give your body enough time to recover between sets, your strength stays higher and your muscles receive a stronger stimulus. That leads to better performance across the entire workout. Longer rest periods allow your body to restore the energy systems responsible for powerful lifts. When that recovery happens properly, the next set feels stronger, your technique stays solid, and you can continue pushing meaningful weight instead of just surviving the workout. For big compound exercises like squats, presses, or rows, resting around 3 to 5 minutes between sets usually produces better results. For smaller isolation movements, a slightly shorter rest period works well. The goal is not to rush the workout, but to maintain the quality of each effort. Once you start prioritizing proper recovery between sets, another important factor begins to reveal itself. Because training performance after 40 is influenced by something even deeper than rest alone. Testosterone, the silent power behind every rep. After 40, many men believe their slower progress is simply part of aging. They notice the fatigue, the slower recovery, the drop in strength, and assume the body is just wearing out. But in many cases, the real factor behind these changes is hormonal. Testosterone plays a central role in muscle growth, recovery, energy levels, and training drive. As men move through their 30s and 40s, natural testosterone production gradually declines. This shift can affect how quickly the body repairs muscle tissue and how strongly it responds to training. That is why guessing is not the best strategy. The smartest step is to understand where your levels actually are. Blood work provides a clear picture and helps you see whether your body is operating in an optimal range or simply within a broad normal category that may still feel low for you. Once you understand your baseline, the focus becomes optimization through habits that support healthy hormone function. Quality sleep, consistent resistance training, balanced dietary fats, and proper stress management all contribute to maintaining a stronger hormonal environment for muscle growth. When these foundations are in place, training begins to feel different again. Energy improves, recovery becomes more predictable, and your effort in the gym starts producing visible results. And once your internal environment is working with you instead of against you, the next step is making sure you are using the right tools to support that progress. Supplements that actually matter. Once training and recovery are aligned, many men start looking for supplements to speed up results. The problem is that the fitness industry is full of products promising dramatic transformations while delivering very little. After 40, what matters most is focusing only on the few supplements that actually support performance and recovery. One of the most reliable options is creatine. It helps increase the amount of rapidly available energy your muscles can use during high-effort training. That means stronger repetitions, better performance across multiple sets, and the ability to maintain higher quality workouts over time. Another important support nutrient is vitamin D. Many men over 40 have lower levels than they realize, especially if they spend most of their time indoors. Adequate vitamin D supports hormone balance, immune function, and overall recovery, which indirectly affects how well your body adapts to training. Magnesium also plays a valuable role, particularly when it comes to sleep quality and nervous system recovery. Deep, consistent sleep is one of the most powerful recovery tools available, and magnesium can support that process by helping regulate stress and relaxation. It is important to remember that supplements are only supportive tools. They cannot replace consistent training, proper nutrition, and quality sleep. When the foundation is solid, these small additions can help reinforce the results you are already building. And once those fundamentals are supported, the next adjustment becomes less about what you take and more about how you structure your training week. Train each muscle twice per week. Many training routines that became popular years ago focused on training one muscle group per day. Chest on one day, back on another, legs later in the week. While that approach can work for some people, it often becomes inefficient for men over 40. When you train a muscle, your body activates the process responsible for building new muscle tissue. However, that signal does not last very long. Within about a day or a day and a half, your body returns to its normal baseline. If you only train a muscle once per week, that means several days pass without any new growth stimulus. Instead of creating consistent signals for your muscles to adapt, you are leaving long gaps where nothing is happening. Training each muscle group twice per week solves this problem. Instead of doing all your volume in a single session, you distribute the workload across 2 separate workouts. This keeps the growth signal appearing more frequently while also reducing the stress placed on your joints and recovery in a single day. The result is often better performance, better recovery, and more consistent muscle stimulation throughout the week. And for men over 40, that balance between stimulus and recovery becomes one of the most powerful drivers of long-term progress. But even with the right training frequency, there is another factor that becomes increasingly important as the years go by, and many lifters completely ignore it. Mobility is not optional anymore. It is a muscle-building tool. As the body gets older, one of the most overlooked changes is the gradual loss of mobility. Joints become stiffer, movement patterns become restricted, and exercises that once felt natural start to feel uncomfortable or limited. This matters far more than most people realize. When a joint cannot move through a full and controlled range of motion, the muscles connected to that joint cannot be trained effectively. In other words, limited mobility directly limits the stimulus your muscles receive during training. Think about exercises like squats, overhead presses, or rows. If your hips, shoulders, or ankles are restricted, your body starts compensating with poor mechanics. The result is less muscle activation and a higher risk of discomfort or injury. That is why mobility should be treated as part of the training itself, not as something optional. Spending a few focused minutes preparing the joints you are about to use can dramatically improve movement quality and allow your muscles to work through stronger and more complete ranges. When your body moves better, every repetition becomes more efficient, and once movement quality improves, the next piece of the puzzle becomes making sure your body receives the right raw materials to actually build new muscle. Eat more protein and do it the right way. One of the most common mistakes men over 40 make is underestimating how much protein their body actually needs. As the years pass, muscles become less sensitive to the signals that trigger growth, which means the same protein intake that worked in your 20s may no longer be enough. Your body still has the ability to build muscle, but it now requires a stronger nutritional signal to activate that process. This is why protein intake becomes even more important after 40. Without enough high-quality protein, your body simply does not receive the building blocks it needs to repair and grow muscle tissue. Instead of concentrating most of your protein in a single meal, the smarter strategy is to distribute it across the day. When protein is spread across multiple meals, your body receives repeated signals for muscle repair and growth, instead of relying on one large intake. Meals built around quality protein sources such as eggs, fish, poultry, dairy, or lean meats help maintain a consistent supply of amino acids for your muscles. When this nutritional support is combined with proper training and recovery, your body can finally respond the way you expect it to. And once your nutrition begins supporting your training properly, the final shift becomes how much real effort you bring into each workout. Train with real effort, not just routine. One of the biggest differences between maintaining muscle and actually building new muscle after 40 is the level of effort inside each set. Many lifters believe they are training hard, but in reality, they stop far earlier than their muscles truly need. Muscle growth is stimulated when a set gets close to true muscular fatigue. If you stop too early, the muscle never receives a strong enough signal to adapt. Over time, this creates a routine where workouts feel productive, but progress slowly disappears. That does not mean every set needs to push you to complete exhaustion. The key is controlled intensity. Ideally, most working sets should end when you feel you could only perform 1 or 2 additional clean repetitions. This creates a strong growth stimulus while still allowing your body to recover for the next session. Training this way forces your muscles to work near their real capacity without constantly destroying your recovery. Over weeks and months, that balance between effort and sustainability is what allows men over 40 to keep progressing instead of plateauing. Because when smart training, proper recovery, balanced nutrition, and real effort all come together, something interesting happens. Age stops being the limitation, and progress starts becoming possible again. Building muscle after 40 is not about fighting your age. It is about adjusting your strategy to match how your body works now. When you increase training stimulus, allow proper recovery, support your hormones, and fuel your body with the right nutrition, muscle growth becomes possible again. Most men believe progress slows down because time is against them, but in reality, the body is still capable of adapting. It simply requires smarter training, better recovery habits, and more intentional effort inside the gym. Once these adjustments become part of your routine, the frustration many people feel in their 40s starts to disappear. Strength improves, muscle returns, and training begins to feel productive again instead of exhausting. What was the idea that made the most sense to you? If this kind of content makes sense to you, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel.